Where we're standing now is the fact that there are 3 trees on top of this termite mound. Trees that are relatively not uncommon over here, but trees that you don't really see that often. And this is one of Sam's perennial favorites. We are looking at the false Marulla here. Now, the false Marulla belongs to a family of trees that's actually incredibly hardy trees. And in some parts of the country, these trees are used for fence posts, and were once termed quite lovingly, I think, in the Afrikaans language as a kannie-dood. And a kannie-dood means that it can't be killed. Now why this tree got that name was because they used to use these limbs as fence posts. As you can see, VM getting up nice and close to a dead branch there. But if you plant one of these branches, it had the uncanny ability of making leaves and giving roots. So what they used to do was they used to chop the branches here and there, and as you can see, this would make quite a nice fence post. And under normal circumstances, trees like that would just die and become a fence post. But these trees, this bough, will actually sprout leaves, sprout roots, and will start growing as a tree again. Can you believe it? So these live-long trees is another common name. Live-long tree, a kannie-dood, you can't kill it, or just the normal false Marulla. And they call it a false Marulla because it looks very similar to a Marulla tree with its bark that comes off in these patches. Now, why a tree has shedding bark is because this is the tree's skin. And you have any number of parasites that like to live on a tree's skin. You've got a lot of fungus, and then you've also got mistletoes as well. Now what this tree does is it peels its bark off in these squares. I'm going to find one that's ready to come off. Here's one that's ready to come off. As you can see, it came off. With this falling piece of bark will go all the mistletoe and all the fungus, and then the tree just grows a new bark. And so it keeps on popping off these squares of bark. And I actually only know of the Marulla tree actually that's in this area that does that. I suppose a leadwood as well to a certain degree, but this tree definitely one of the better examples of that popping off bark. And that is so that it sheds parasites off of its skin. Pretty similar to how I suppose a snake would have scales, I suppose. Quite nice, eh?